Welcome to the Nehemiah E-Community Podcast. I'm your host, Patrice Gay. I'm here today with two beautiful ladies, Deborah Schlott from Oregon, our Director of Training and Coaching, and Lorna Mutegi from Nairobi, Kenya. Lorna is a certified trainer and coach, also soon to be director of the E-Community Center in Nairobi. But that center will be called, say the name again, I can never say that name.
Well, it's Synergy for Africa, and its acronym is CIFA Africa.
CIFA Africa. I love it. Vision. Well, ladies, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Patrice, so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, they just finished, literally a few minutes ago, emceeing the International Business Plan Competition, where we had Europe, Africa, Asia Pacific, and North America competing for who will be the international competitor winner this year. This is day 5 of the of Nehemiah week. We are almost there. I mean, tomorrow is the last day. Well, first, Deborah, you've been through this year after year. I mean, how do you feel on day 5? Before we get into how do you feel on day 5 before we get to the competition?
Patrice, it has been such a fantastic week of inspirational speakers, motivational reflection, about what challenging us in our businesses and what we do. And I always think of day 5 when we get to the competition is like the cherry on top of the cake, right on top of that ice cream, where we can really look at the results, our competitors are the results of the hard work that our trainers, coaches, and directors have done all year. So day 5 is an energizing day for me.
It is. And I love it because I get to do very, very little. That's what I like most about it. Nina, this is your second year. Last year, your sister actually won the award. So your company, your family business was the winner last year. This year, you won an award as the Trainer of the Year. And I mean, so new. Your sister gave the speech. So second year out, how do you feel the second year? And now you're one of us now. You are kind of part of the house.
Patrice, I think I owe it all to walking, in your power of purpose. I honestly have to say that because I don't understand how I can come in as a student just a little over a year ago and be receiving an award as best trainer. It doesn't, that can only be God, so it just feels unreal. I feel like I'm still dreaming, and am I really here? So I'm always pinching myself. Is this really happening? It's just, honestly, this is just God's doing and me being able to walk in, what I love to do and what He has prepared me to do.
That is awesome. And what's neat for those, Lorna, who know your story, it wasn't easy coming here. You had to give up a lot. And you went from giving up something real good that you're very passionate about for something uncertain, but you felt convicted about. That transition, first, how do you feel now from where you are?
Well, I have such deep understanding now what that was about. And, being previously the CEO of Mirema School. And, I wasn't really called a CEO then because we didn't have the current corporate structure that we have now. So, but I think that's the role that I was playing then. I think, I now understand that is what God needed for me to do, for the 8 years that I was at Mirema School. It was almost 10 years, actually. And He was actually preparing me to be able to, come to something even bigger. I think the kind of impact that we are planning, even just with my partnership with Nehemiah Project, it's about speaking to more people. It's about really just making an even bigger impact. So I now understand that my time is up, as the Chief Operations Officer at Mirema School. I still support them and if they call on me, I'm always meeting with my sister on a weekly basis. That hasn't stopped, by the way. We're constantly updating each other. It's just that I'm not at the forefront as much as I was, but I'm learning so much from, where I am now. And I'm really pouring a lot still as a director into Mirema School during our board meetings. So I'm still pretty much involved and engaged, and I still love the school. But I know that that is I needed to be the glue for my family and the school at that time. Now, how do I feel? I feel 100% authentic. I feel like Lorna. So it's so wonderful, so wonderful.
That is incredible. And sometimes we can't get your sister, we call you. So now you're the Nehemiah gate to your sister whenever.
Absolutely.
So with that, that's just an incredible. When you were the chief operations officer of the school, even when you were running the school, did you ever imagine this day come where you'll be playing this kind of international role?
Not at all. Not at all. The last podcast that Deborah invited me, for the women in business, I just remember saying that I never imagined that this is where God wanted me to be. I never saw myself, on this kind of platform. To be honest, Patrice, I was in the school fully, and I thought that's it. That I'm going to do this for the next 10, 15 years, and that's it. I never imagined that I would meet a Patrice and a Deborah who would say, you are international, girl, and you guys really believed in me. Both of you were really integral in, getting me to where I am today. You nudged me along, and I think it's just about surrounding yourself with the right people and God bringing you the right people. Yeah.
As we say in BE, opportunity when God's timing is preparation. God has been preparing you for such a time as this. So, yes. Deborah, we are at almost the end there. We're going to get into the competition real quick, but how was the week for you? How was this year for you, Deborah?
Wow, just, Patrice, this is our second year being virtual. And how wonderful it is that we can connect with even more people around the globe who can participate through technology, whether it's through our Zoom, or whether it's through through our Facebook Live as they come together with our devotionals. But it has that feeling of family coming together, and that is just so important. But I think we've had some really great speakers and opportunities and breakout sessions where people can connect and start thinking. They're getting active on the e-community forums. We have some new people who've joined us, others who are just heard about us and are coming in. So it is just a week full of vibrancy and joy. And we're not people who are complaining. We're not saying, oh, poor me, this has been the pandemic, right? We have people that are looking, how is God leading me? What is his voice saying? What is his next plans? How do I be a part of that? Yes, I've had some struggles, but I also have this opportunity that's ahead of me as well. And how do I take part of it? So people coming together to uplift and support, pray for, and encourage and motivate others to move ahead. I'm the biggest fan of Nehemiah Week.
Wow. And Lorna, how was the week for you?
Mind blowing. Just moving up from day one right up to 5, the energy levels and the quality of information just keeps going higher and higher, and you're always thinking, how are they going to beat that? And to be honest, Patrice, I don't think that, Nehemiah Week is given the level of hype it needs, because this is the information that entrepreneurs really just need to hear. Can you imagine, as entrepreneurs, we are being challenged to walk with the Holy Spirit in our business? This is not this is deep stuff right here, you know, and helping and how to determine how to go through a crisis and not necessarily around it. That's what people need right now. And so I'm just looking forward to, you know, just really pushing Nehemiah Week as the main Christian conference in this country that people should be attending. The quality of speeches and presentations, people need to hear about this. This is exactly what the Christian community needs. Well, and I think it will have a major impact in Kenya.
Well, amen. Ditto to that. So today was the competition. You both emceed. Lorna, your first time emceeing. And how was your first time experience, Lorna, emceeing?
You know, every time I'm with Deborah, she holds my hand. So, I mean, the thing about this family is the teamwork is on another level. So, even if we are in two different time zones, I'm telling you, Patrice, you know, just the level of, you know, sacrifice, everyone just making sure that, you know, things are working well. When you're in a team like this, you have to also up your game because you don't want to be the one who's letting people down.
That's right.
It's a little crazy, though. I must say that it's not. Deborah makes this look easy. I don't know how she's been doing it, but I was confused at some bit, and it was so much fun though. But I enjoyed it, and I'm glad that nobody got a sense of my confusion. But yeah, first time I didn't get it 100%, but you know, that's how you learn, isn't it?
Yeah, you came across like a professional. Deborah, how was it for you emceeing this year, and how did Lorna do?
Lorna is a rock star. I was telling you earlier that her enthusiasm and her charisma just oozes out of her. Everybody wants to be a part of Lorna's team. And I really had a great time with her today. And it was great working with her. And I look forward to doing more of these kinds of events and joining together. I love this fact that we are halfway around the world from each other, but we make it work. And I think it's a great example for others to see as well, that time and distance does not prevent us from being able to collaborate and work together and achieve God's purposes.
Amen. Well said. So let's talk. Oh, there's Susan Schramm watching. Susan, good to have you. So let's talk about the outcome for today. So first of all, Wendy, Deborah, you had 3 judges. Tell us a bit about the judges and what their role was.
Wow. Well, judging is an important component of this event. And so it's important to have seasoned entrepreneurs or business leaders that understand business quality and how to ask the right questions that push people along. And so today we had Watching Bruce, who is one of our trainers, but she also leads a community bank out of Baltimore that has had looks at a number of entrepreneurs' business plans to help them get the funding that they need. But she also has a heart for Liberia, where she's originally from. So she has that international component that goes along with that. We also had Sophia Kendall, who's a newest member, I believe, of our Nehemiah Board of Directors. And she is a director with the Boeing Company. Wow, I'm telling you, big business, big ideas, a lot of international experience as well, and brings that insight that we don't always get when we're working with our small and medium-sized businesses. And then we had George Wafula from Kenya. He is a CPA and a financial consultant, and he was drilling down on those financial plans. You know, he wanted to know those answers and where were their statements at and how did they work. And I appreciate that so much, because we know without having great plans, financial plans, and understanding them, that it's important for us to be successful. So I really appreciated our judges. I thought they asked insightful questions and made a difficult decision because we had 4 great competitors.
Yeah, we did. Susan said the businesses are inspiring. Of course, Susan Schramm was MC the conference with me all the way until Thursday. Susan, thank you so much. With Go to Market and back. So let's talk about this competition. So for our audience to understand, before we then talk about how it was for the competitors. So By the time I'm talking with Deborah Schlock and Lorna Mutegi, we're talking about day 5 of Nehemiah Week, the International Business Plan Competition. We're almost at the end of Nehemiah Week. If you're not yet registered for Nehemiah Week, you can still do so. You can register by going to NehemiahWeek.com, because tomorrow we have our State of the Ministry event where we announce the winner. You go to NehemiahWeek.com and it's free. Also, if you want to get the on-demand portion of Nehemiah Week, you say, I missed it, but I want to get the paid version. You can still do. Go register. If you pay for it, you will get the on-demand portion, the on-demand of Nehemiah Week once it's all together. So, Deb, how do these entrepreneurs get to this point to be able to qualify for the international competition?
Well, it isn't easy, Patrice. So first of all, they've gone through either our Biblical Entrepreneurship Certificate or Executive Program, and they have completed their pitch deck or their summary business plan. And they present that plan in front of their students, their fellow classmates, and judges, just like today, ask them questions. And from there, each class has a winner. We call them a winner, someone who is representing that class. Each city may have their own competition if there's more than one going on. But we also have one person these people come to the country competition. So we had someone from today, they came from represented Malaysia, the United States, Bulgaria, as well as India. But each of these people went to a regional competition. So we had a competition for Africa, and we had competitors there. We had a regional competition in Europe, and we had competitors there. And so as they come together, we choose one from each region. And now we have the best of the best. They've gone through a lot to get to the international business plan competition.
Wow, that is the journey. So as a matter of fact, there are people right now preparing for who will compete next year. Lorna, you are a trainer and a coach, and you're one of the people that help prepare them in the classroom. Talk a bit about that. What do you have to do in the class when you start seeing these students? You don't know who's going to rise to the top. What's that process like in preparing them to get to this point?
Well, the first thing that we really look at is what level the student is at when they're coming into the program. So you want to very quickly determine, are they at startup or are they currently running an established business? And then you kind of want to, look at their business, even if it's at a startup or, however long it's been running, where it's at on the life cycle. Now, once you're able to determine that as a trainer, you are then able to customize the information or how you intend to run that class, because everyone sometimes, people can be at different levels. And so with the Biblical Entrepreneurship Certificate class, that's the one that's quite ideal for startups or, entrepreneurs who still need to understand the theoretical or, practical bits. And then, the BE executive is ideal for management, CEOs who have had some experience. And so those two classes, we are teaching the same content, but it's the experience and just getting them to understand, how to apply that information, as to where they're at so that it's relevant to them. So we're not just giving you a course book and asking you to read notes and then, answering questions. We're getting you to look at case studies. We're getting you to really apply what you're learning into your own business. And then guess what? There's the kingdom principles, the scripture. This is what just blows my mind and still blows everyone's mind, because actually the plans and the way we're supposed to think about our businesses is in the Bible. God has a plan, he says it all. And so when you connect that, it's so mind-blowing. It's like magic happening. And you're like, you mean God actually wants me to budget? You mean God actually says that I need to make a profit? Yes, if you're not making a profit with your business, you need to shut it down and perhaps go into employment. I don't know, but that is the thing. And so it's such an impactful program, because it is going to ensure that anyone who takes part in it gets results. It's not a feel good. This is not about feel good. This is about delivering results. And just being part of the international competition, that is a perfect example, and social proof and evidence that that program works.
Wow. Amen. Mm-hmm. So Samantha says, thank you to both of you guys, that you both did a great job today. So to both of you now, how did these competitors do today? And I want to start with you, Deb. How do you think they did? Tell us what you think they did well, just in general, and what you think they could use some improvement.
Well, these competitors were the best, Patrice, that we have had. I think that we've seen every year. We are pushed to a higher standard. And so I think that we saw a high level of individuals that knew their business. They were able to answer the judges' difficult questions on the spot and be able to know how to respond to the questions that they had. I think that they presented their businesses in the very best light that they could. I think that, we have been on a journey, Patrice, for the past at least 5 years on improving our financial statements and understanding our financial statements. We've made a tremendous progress, but I think there's still room for us to go. It is important that all entrepreneurs understand their income statement, their cash flow, and their balance sheets, and how they work together to make decisions about their business. And so I think that we continue to work not only with our entrepreneurs, but with our trainers and our coaches to perfect and improve our understanding so that we can ensure that we have businesses that are going to be profitable and sustainable, be able to go to course. And so not just this group, but I just think in general, we continue that effort to improve that part of our curriculum and our students' experience.
Awesome. So Lorna, what's something they did well and what you saw that they could improve?
I think all the competitors today were so articulate, and their level of clarity was such high level. I remember working with my sister, helping her prepare for her own international competition. But this time, I think, the coaches and the trainers and the students themselves, the competitors, really just were so, I think the reason for that higher level is because they were teachable. They were ready to listen and understand. And the trainers and coaches knew, just from, our director of training, Deborah, is always saying, you guys, you really need to just up your game on the financials and that kind of thing. So everyone was teachable. They had the right attitude towards this. And so I think that's why the levels just keep going higher and higher. One thing, though, that, I think every entrepreneur needs to understand, though, is as the owner of a business, you need to have a really high level of an understanding of each and every aspect of your business. And so I think it's about how to think about your growth plan and how that ties in with your marketing, your numbers, your sales processes. That takes experience. It just doesn't come in. It doesn't come in. You got to experience it. You got to live it. And so I think, there are ways we can think about improving the way we transfer this knowledge to, our students as we keep going, just giving them kind of real life case studies so that they're able to apply that for themselves and understand the connectivity. Everything works together. So your numbers tell a story. So if you have very aggressive numbers, you have judges asking, okay, so how are you going to do that? So if you don't have a good marketing plan to show that it's an aggressive marketing plan, then is it that you're raising, the cost of your service or product, or what are you doing? So just that connectivity. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's possible. So I think that's one area that we could all improve on.
Wow, that's great insight. So let's kind of talk quickly who were presented today. So I'm going to say the name and you kind of tell us something about one line about their business. So Pastor Steve, what kind of business? He's from, I think, Australia, representing Asia. Deborah, what kind of business was he?
He has a business that he is promoting his moringa, and that's food supplements that can really help build sustainable businesses in Southeast Asia.
Awesome. And then Rina was Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya, was in Africa. What kind of business was she in?
Yeah. So she's into improving financial literacy amongst, the middle class market here in Kenya. So just getting this target market to understand how to invest and how to improve and increase their wealth by making the right, financial decisions. And so it's about educating them and getting them to understand that the resources and the tools are right here locally. And so financial consultancy and wealth creation.
And as a Kenyan, Lorna, does that resonate with you as a Kenyan? What she's trying to do?
Completely. We definitely have a problem here with values. It's really about the material stuff and status and how I look, and what you think of me. And so we're making wrong business decisions or financial decisions that are affecting us. I think a lot of countries are going through the same thing. It's not just Kenya, but definitely it's a value system. We need to start changing the way we think about how we live and what is important, in life. And, it's not material stuff that's important. It's not the kind of car that you drive. And succession, just thinking about long term. So it's a definite problem here. I can tell you, the mama who is selling vegetables on the road could easily be doing better than Alona, who is driving a 4x4, because I'm full of debt, and she's in a circle, or she's in a kind of a system where they come together as women, and she's doing much better than me. Yeah. So. Wow. It's a very real problem. Yeah.
And then Denitsa, tell me about her. So she Europe, from Bulgaria, representing Europe. What was her?
Yeah, she's the graduate of our licensee first year that they've had their license there in Sofia. Denitsa is opening a playground and school for children to come with their parents. Mothers and dads don't have a place in which to enjoy their children in a fun atmosphere, and she has seen a way to not only help parents connect with their kids, but provide them a safe environment to play and enjoy the outdoors, to have fun.
Awesome. Wow, that's neat. And then last but not least, Francine, Lorna, what kind of business? North America, United States?
Yeah, so she's in a similar she's very similar to Rina, but she's very passionate about getting women to, also just improve on the financial, standing, and just kind of decisions again that women need to make with their finances. So she's also a financial consultant as well. So very similar to Rina. It was quite similar.
I love it. So among the four of them, we'll know who the winner is tomorrow. We don't know yet, right? You guys might, but we don't know. The regular people like us don't know. So we'll find out who the winner is tomorrow. But there was a People's Choice. So tell us about that. Somebody won.
That is always so much fun, because our audience, they all have opinions. They also have their favorites, and they have comments. And I love how they share in the chat their thoughts about what they're hearing, and their encouragement that comes back to the entrepreneurs as well. And so we asked them who their favorite was. And so we were able to recognize Rina Hicks as the audience choice. Yeah, so that was really fun. We got to announce that today. She won $1,000.
I know. She won $1,000. Rina, congratulations. Yeah. And so, of course, Kenya packed it up. Were you surprised at all, Lorna, that Rina won today, the People's Choice?
I was surprised, because everyone's business plans were so strong and so good. So, yes, I was surprised. But the audience this time were very specific. They were not just there. They were asking important questions, about the finances and all that. So everyone there was pretty engaged. I liked that. Poor Rina, though, because everyone's saying, Rina, let's go have lunch now, Kenyans. So she's going to have to buy lunch for so many people. I don't know what she's going to do. But Rina, I can keep the $1,000 for you, and just make sure that, we don't all get to it.
That's right. That's right. They'll say, Rina, I voted for you, so take me out to lunch.
That's right.
She needs to have a big party.
I know. Well, Rina, congratulations. And to all contenders, congratulations. So tomorrow, we'll know who the winner is. So tomorrow, I'm going to be back here with Vanessa and her husband and with the winner. And we're going to talk to you, audience, about who the winner is. And so before we wrap up, if you want to know more about Deborah Schlock, of course, you can visit our Nehemiah Project.org. I think the information there, Nina, read Deborah. And of course, Lorna, if you know about Nehemiah School or know about her vision, what she's doing in Kenya, you can reach out to her as well. So team, put Lorna's contact there for us. So my last question for both of you guys. So before I ask this, Lorna, you had a chance to walk with your sister. You were key instrumental in coaching her to win, and you walked with her. So before I ask you the last question, what impact does winning an international competition like this do for an entrepreneur and even for a business?
Well, first of all, if the impact, my goodness. First of all, there's just so much that you can apply that can honestly turn your business around. And that's exactly what Nina was able to do. She just put on her cap, and she, her thinking cap, and rolled up her sleeves and said, look, as international winner, we have to be able to represent Kenya and just do well and use that to really just get us out of the rut that we were in. And so if you simply are teachable and, you apply whatever it is that you have even presented at the international level competition, I promise you, if you are listening to me as an entrepreneur, I promise you, it will turn your business around. And that's exactly what happened to, for Mirema School.
Yeah, and you guys share with us today and saw the progress. Congratulations. Yes. Now you got another $100,000 commitment that'll be coming to you. Congratulations about that. And your sister said, man, Patrice, we're going to be fully funded by the end of the year. I said, well, that's our goal. That's our goal. And Nina, so congrats there. So my last question to both of you guys, there are people watching and listening, and they're saying, I want to compete in one of these. So what advice would you give them? And I'm going to start with you, Lorna, and close to you, Deborah. What advice would you give somebody who's watching, listening, and says, what, as I'm taking biblical entrepreneurship now, or when I enroll in it, what must I do if I want to rise to the point where I can compete in my region and eventually be an international competition? What tips would you give them? Lorna.
I would just say one thing, Patrice. Come in with the end in mind. Where do you want to get your business to? If that's nice and big and beautiful, it is very possible. So just come with that, and then let's work backwards, and you will get there. That's for sure.
Awesome. Deborah.
I think it is about well, first of all, I guess, Patrice, I would say it's fulfilling your purpose. And I think your business has to be your assignment that God's given to you and we've talked about this through identity and destiny. And then the desire to build a kingdom business, because that is where I think the foundation becomes for all of this. The competition is exciting, and it is an example of what are the best of the best. But we know that everyone who completes a kingdom business plan is the winner. They win because they are advancing God's purposes in the marketplace. And just applying yourself to excellence at each step of the way, listening to God, doing your very best. There are no shortcuts. And then being able to be in love with your business and let it show.
Well said. Well, Deborah, Lorna, thank you so much. You guys did a great job today, and congratulations on a great emceeing. And Lorna, welcome to the international emceeing community. We won't let you go. You did a good job. You're not a keeper. That's good. And Deborah, thank you. Good job continually. So again, I've already signed the contract for you guys again for next year. So begin to prepare. Thank you so much for that. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. And congratulations, Rina, for winning the People's Choice. Congratulations in Kenya for bringing home the People's Choice. All the best tomorrow for Africa, for Europe, for Latin America, for North America, for Asia Pacific, for who will win next year. We'll see. We'll find tomorrow. But for sure, we'll be back here tomorrow to let you know who won. But in the meanwhile, do sign up for the State of the Ministry event. There's a link right there. Or go to www.nehemiahweek.com. You can sign up for us. You can join us tomorrow live in living color. Or you can also pay for the week and allow you to get everything on demand. Let me pray for you as we close. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord enable you to steward those talents that are under your care. And may you steward them in such a way that one day you'll hear those wonderful words. Well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a few things. He'll now make you ruler over much. God bless you. Thank you again, ladies. Victor, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Moving along today.